Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2 Unit 1 Final Exam Review video number 2. We already did the first side together. Alright, so now we're on the back. Number 11, right? Good. So, a rental-car company charges a flat fee to rent a car plus 10 cents per mile, sounds important, driven. Roberto drove 225 miles and was charged a total of $82.50. Write an equation that models the total cost of renting a car and y in terms of miles driven. So what they just said was x is your miles and that y was the total cost. So I have three numbers. When they gave us three numbers, they gave us a point and they give us a slope. So the word per is one of our keywords that means multiplication. So that's telling me that the slope is 0.10, and then my other two numbers are my point. So 225 miles, well, miles is x, and the cost is $82.50. So 225, and then 82.50. So if they give us a point and a slope, that means I have to do point slope. So our slope is 0.10, and then our y goes with the y, and our x goes with the x. So this is the exact same thing that we're doing on the other side, except now we had to just kind of find all that information in that word problem. Okay? So please don't freak out because we are doing the exact same thing. Okay, we have 0.10x, and then for your calculator, 0.10 times 225 is 22.5, and it's a negative 22.5 or 22.50 if you want that other decimal. And then solve for y. So I'm going to add the 82.50 to the other side, and we get that y equals 0.10x, and then I have negative 22.50. So negative 22.50 plus 82.50. And we get, oh, I times them. I hope you guys were yelling at me. There we go, 60. Sorry about that. So plus 60. And that's our equation. All right, number 12. Crystal has a job that pays a base salary plus commission. When she sells 2 cars, she makes a total of $1,000. When she sells 5 cars, she makes a total of $1,825. Write an equation to model Crystal's salary. Let x equal the number of cars and y equals her total salary. Okay, so they gave me 4 numbers. When they give us 4 numbers, that means they gave us 2 points. Okay, so I kind of color coordinated it for you because each sentence is a point. So when she sells 2 cars, she gets $1,000. If she sells 5 cars, $1,825. So they want us to write an equation, but all I have are 2 points. So what that means is I have to find the slope first, and once I have the slope, then I can plug into point slope. Okay, so remember, x is go on top, I'm sorry, x's. Y's go on top. X's go on the bottom. Okay, so you have 1,825 minus 1,000, which is 825. Some of you might have known that already. 5 minus 2, no calculators. It's 3. And then we find the slope. So 825 divided by 3, and we get 275. So this is our slope. This is when I plug in to here. And then I just pick one of the points, whichever one has the smaller numbers. It's the easier, I think. Okay? So we get 275x, and then 275 times negative 2 is a negative 550. And then to get the y by itself, we add 1,000 to both sides. And then we get our final equation of y equals 275x plus whatever negative 550 plus 1,000 is. And that's 450. Okay, so number 13, one of our favorite type of questions. A newspaper collected data on the number of texts per day sent from a phone compared to the age of the person. So using linear regression, they found that the equation of the line of best fit, so they did this, we don't have to, is y equals negative 1.6737x plus 99.7546. So we're going to let x equal the age of the person and y represent the number of texts per day. If a person sends 76 texts per day, how old would he or she be? So what did they tell us? Did they tell us X or did they tell us Y? Yeah, they told us the text. They said, hey, it's 76 texts. So what is X? Okay, so what we have to do is we have to plug in and solve. So I have 76 equals negative 1.6737x plus 99.7546. Okay, so to solve, we just treat it like any other problem, except we have big numbers. Don't freak out and just double check that you're writing the same numbers down, okay? So we have 76 minus the 99.7546. And then we're going to write that number down exactly as it is. So it's the negative 23.7546 equals negative 1.6737x. Okay, so I'm not done yet. I got to get that x by itself. So I need to divide both sides by the negative 1.6737. So notice I'm not retyping that in my calculator. I'm just going to hit divide. So it's negative 1.6737. And then we get our answer of 14.19. So about how old is this person? This person is about, because they're somewhere in the middle, 14 years old. Now, 76 texts a day. That's a lot. I'm sure you guys do a lot more. Okay, so number 14, which of the following equations represents the line that is graphed? Well, to figure out what the line is graphed, let's write the equation. So I'm just going to go through, I'm going to find a couple points that I see fit this graph. And I need to know that first point, which is our y-intercept, which is 0, 3. And the other thing I need to know is what the slope is. So I had to go down 2 into the right 5. Okay, so my equation for this line is y equals -2/5 x plus 3. So do we see any of those? So yeah, right off the back, I noticed that E is that exact same equation, so E has to be one of my answers. Now, F, is F that equation? Hopefully you're saying, no, Mr. Grice, F is different. Okay, now, how do I figure out the other two? Or the other two, or the other 4? Is by going through and solving it. Now, let's take a look at A first. So remember, we have to distribute. So we get y minus 5 equals -2/5 x. And then I have -2/5 times, what is that, a positive 5. And we get -2. And then I have to add 5 to both sides. So we get y equals -2/5 x plus 3. And ding, 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 ding. It works. Yay. Okay, what about B? Do you know right off the top of your head? Well, if not, let's figure it out. So the first thing that we have to do, distribute the 2/5. So we get 2/5 x plus, and we just did something very similar, but 2/5 times 5 is 2. This time it's a positive 2. I need to add 5 to both sides. So we get y equals a positive 2/5 x plus 7. And that doesn't work. Okay? So why don't you guys try number C and number D on your own and see what you get. Pause the video. Good luck. Okay, so for C, it did not work, and then for D, it did. All right, let's keep going. Graph the lines below. So the first thing I'm going to say about Y, or 15A, is that the Y is by itself. It's a special case, and when the Y is by itself, it's a horizontal line, okay? So at 3, we're going to go to positive 3, and then just draw a horizontal line. Now for 15b, the y is not by itself, okay? So we have to solve for y. So we have to distribute, and I'm just going to go above it. So we get y plus 2 equals 4/5 x. 4/5, 4 times 5 is 20. 20 divided by 5 is 4. and then I need to subtract the 2 to both sides, and then we get y equals 4/5 x minus 6. So that tells me my slope is 4/5, which is up 4/5, and then our y-intercept is 0, -6. So at -6 is where we start, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4/5. 1, 2, 3, 4/5. And I want to do that in both directions, as many points as I can, and then I'm going to draw my line. Okay? All right, last two. Find the value of f of 5/4 for f of x equals -8x plus 11. So when they say that, hey, this is the 5/4, they're telling us the x. That means we need to plug in and simplify. Okay, so I'm going to plug in a -5/4 and then just simplify, guys. So I have -8. I'm timesing that by a -5/4, which is a +10. Sorry, that should be a +5/4. So it's a -10. And -10 plus 11 is 1. So what is my answer? My answer is 1. Sorry for the confusion. All right, so for 16, find the value or values of x so that g of x equals 7. So if they didn't tell me the x, they said you don't know x, so they told us the y. So y is 7. I'm going to draw a vertical line, or sorry, not a vertical line. It's getting late. I'm tired. I apologize. And then I need to find our x values. So what are those 2 points? Well, that's the point 0, 7 and 4, 7. So my y or my x values are 0 and 4. And that's it. That's unit 1. Okay? If you guys need help, please, please, please come find Miss Carranza or myself. Your finals are coming up soon. Okay? Don't wait to the last minute. So this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra 2, Unit 1, Final Exam Review. Thanks for watching.